Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. We are on ornament number 4 of our Classic Quilty Ornaments Sew-a-Long. So if you're new to this sew-along, we are doing one ornament every other day. There are a total of 12 ornaments that we are making. We'll be done just in time to decorate for Christmas and bring a little fun quilty festivity into your sewing room or your home. So in the last video, we checked out ornament number 3. So here it was, ornament number 3, the Ohio Star Block. And I did my best to try and choose classic ornaments for these. But you know, some we also kind of had to just be a little creative and make up because they're such small blocks. We're kind of limited on what we could do. And I wanted to make them easy enough that if you're a beginner quilter, you could still participate in these. So they're not super hard, but the little pieces can be a little fussy to work with. So I did mention this in the other videos, but you might want to invest in a little bit of Mary Ellen's Best Press. You could also starch your fabric before you started. I just sprayed all of my fat quarters with this before we started, and then I was ready to go so I could just cut and make as I needed, and I didn't have to worry about, you know, spraying tiny pieces or anything like that. So everything was ready to go. So that is a tip I have for you. And then also give yourself a little grace because these are ornaments, and I mean, they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to fit in a larger quilt scheme. So just to have fun with it. I did go with the red and white. I used some Moda fabric. The fabric is called Holiday Essentials by Stacy Itsu, and it was just really fun. It had little snowflakes on it. I've also seen some of your guys' pictures popping up and you're using different color schemes, which is also super fun. So let's take a quick look at today's ornament. This is ornament number 4, and it's got that little kind of pinwheel fan dealie in the middle there, and then I just have these little squares around the outside. This one is a lot of fun. It's made using half square triangles, so it's quite easy to put together. It looks a little more complicated, but it's not at all. Now, one tip that I have for you when doing these, besides the Mary Ellen's Best Press, as you can see right here, when you have a lot of these little points coming together, this can get pretty bulky. And see, even this one isn't perfect, but like when it's hanging on my tree, no one's gonna know. But one tip I have is to press your seams open. Now, if you're gonna be pressing your seams open and you see a block like this, or really even if you have a larger quilt block, I like to reduce my stitch length to make sure they don't come apart. So especially for these tiny blocks, I reduce my stitch length to about 1.5. I normally sew on a 2.0 stitch length. I go down to about 1.5. That makes my stitches a lot closer together, and so they're a little bit more secure when you're doing something like this and you go to press open. Those seams won't come apart on you. So definitely reduce your stitch length, press open. Just another tip on getting flatter blocks. The other thing that I did on these little blocks, which I don't normally do when I'm doing quilt blocks, but because these are just such tiny pieces, when I sewed these right sides together with my backing and I left a section open to turn it right side out, this seam right here has a little bit of tension on it, and when you turn it right side out, that seam can kind of pop open. So when I was sewing these outside seams, I backstitched at them just to make sure to give them a little bit of extra strength so that no matter which, you know, which area I left my opening on, I knew there was a little bit of strength there. So when I flipped my ornaments right side out, they didn't pop open on me. Now I did have one seam pop open on me, and it wasn't the worst thing in the world. I simply took it back over to my sewing machine, just sewed over it a little bit, fixed it right up, not a problem. Again, like I said, these are ornaments. They're meant to be fun. They aren't going in a massive quilt project, you know, or anything like that. So just have fun with them. Anyways, day number 4, that is it. Super cute. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for hanging out with me. By the way, if you are liking this stitch along, make sure to thumbs up and subscribe. I've got a lot of fun content coming up for next year, and it's just so much fun having you guys come along with me on our sew along. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one where we look at block number 5.